Hi, welcome to Nourishing Body and Soul, the podcast. Get ready to revitalize your mind, body, and soul. We're here to inspire women who are looking to break free from old patterns and ideas to create a life of increased confidence and improved health. Say goodbye to limiting beliefs and hello to new possibilities. So kick back, get ready to have some fun, and let's dive in. We'll uncover tools and insights that can help you build a life that's truly nourishing, body and soul. Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy.
And I'm Victoria.
And welcome to the podcast today. We're going to have some fun with this one. But first, I know better than that. I know that many of us can relate to. My husband and I are late to the party, but we just not too terribly long ago started watching Suits on Netflix.
Oh, I love Suits.
Yeah.
No, you don't love Suits.
No,
okay.
No. This is the problem. You know, I've talked about how important it is to prioritize sleep.
Yeah. Oh.
I know better than to turn on an episode of Suits when it's 9 o'clock and I want to go to bed at about 9:30. And yet that happens often. And you know, with Suits, they play one episode so quickly after the next one that I don't honestly know if I've ever watched just one episode at a time. So it's like when I'm ready to go to bed in just a little while, I know better than turn on Suits, but I do anyway.
It's hard. I mean, a binge is a real thing. Like,
my husband just says to me, "Wait, is this what binging is?" Yes.
It's hard to binge Suits because there's like multiple seasons.
Yeah, you can't do a full on sit down and watch it all in
like
one.
I should watch White Lotus.
But when basically all we watch on TV is Suits. It still qualifies as a binge, even though it's spread out over many days.
No, a binge when you like want to watch one more, and you're like, I have to go to sleep, but what happens?
Yeah. So there have been a couple of times pretty recently where I've been up after 11.
Oh my gosh, perish the thought.
Well, when I get up early.
That's true.
So I know better than to put on Suits at 9:30 at night, but it happens.
Okay. So I know better than. Can I let the cat out of the bag of what we're doing?
Okay.
So we looked up crazy fad diets and we're going to stump each other about what's real, what's fake.
Real ones and some fake ones.
Yes.
So we invite you to play along and try to guess which ones are real and fake because we're talking about them.
So anyway, I was looking up a bunch of crazy fad diets and I know better than, but some of them I'm like, do they really? Because maybe. It's crazy.
I know. So actually with that, fair warning, if you get triggered by talk of diets, you may want to skip this one.
Yes.
Because I agree. Okay. There were some of them I went, this is insane. Well, maybe. So that being said, no.
Well, we're going to talk about the ones I have are so insane that no one is going to do. One would think.
So, I need to mention too, coming up real quick is my 4-day Diet Culture Funhouse Challenge. In that we talk about the warped carnival funhouse mirrors that warp our perspective and our thinking, and so that's coming up. So
it's fun.
Watch on check on Instagram. It'll be
it's free.
Free, no cost in the checkbook, just a cost of time, which is have 4 1-hour sessions it'll be a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in October. So watch for that. Fun. So you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Well, I mean, I think we both probably have this on our list.
Okay.
The cigarette diet.
Well, if you're saying we both have it on our list, then it must be a real one.
It is real. Can you even? This is what they said, the marketing company, this was the marketing angle, light up a smoke and you won't feel like eating anymore. And their campaign, reach for a lucky instead of a sweet. That was the actual campaign they used.
Well, it worked on somebody I know personally, I guess, because years ago, the PTA president we left, end of a school year,
Mhm.
and she was one weight. She comes back at the beginning of the next school year, had lost a lot of weight, and I'm like, girl, this is before I knew better. Like, girl, what did you do? You've lost so much weight. She goes, oh, I just started smoking again.
So in this time period, she was like, okay, I decided to choose smoking.
Yeah.
To lose weight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was like in the 20s.
That was not in the 20s.
That was not in the 20s. No, that's not in the 20s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But she intentionally took up smoking again so that she could.
Well, that was like the French. There was a diet that went around that was called the French. I think it was just called the French women diet or something like that. And they showed all these French women who were thin, but they smoked like nonstop. So anyway, some Frenchy diet. Yeah.
So that was a real one.
That was a real one.
Okay. So my turn. So this is this real or is this fake? And it's called the werewolf diet, where you eat just by differently in phases of the moon.
Oh, wow.
Real or fake?
I'm gonna say real because it's the first one you start with, and I feel like you would start with the real.
And that was correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
So you fast or you eat according to certain phases of the moon, and not supposed to.
So it's like intermittent fasting, but like with an astrological sense.
Well, and something about about how the moon can affect different things. It's like, yeah, the moon affects the tides, but
our souls of our bodies.
So so there's, and you'll notice I will have a theme with my first few here. So
okay.
And some are real and some are not, and you can figure out which are which. So yes, the werewolf diet. Fake. By the way, 2013 was when that one came around.
Oh my gosh. So this one sounded like it was something from the 1800s.
No.
Oh wow. All right.
I gotta mark off the ones I said here.
Okay. The baby food diet. It's where you eat jars of baby food just for breakfast and lunch, and then at dinner time you eat regular food.
Well, I happen to know that's real just because it's on my list too.
Okay, yeah, I thought we might have a few.
It was the portion control was a big tenet of that. That was a big part of why.
Plus, I mean, like you talk about, I don't know how many calories of baby food, like a jar of baby food has, but it can't have a ton.
No. So yeah.
That's a
well, and two, there's so much about that one. Eating baby food is good for babies.
Yes.
But they actually did a study. Oh gosh, if I would have refreshed my memory, I believe it was in Sweden. And they took there's Sweden and Philippines maybe. And they took groups of women from each country that ate very different types of diets. And so the Swedish women eating this, regular Swedish food, very satisfied, everything, all the things were digesting really well, blah, blah, blah. They fed the same food to I want to say Filipino, but it may not have been. It was somewhere
in Asia.
Yeah. And they their bodies responded very differently to it because it wasn't what they were used to.
Yeah.
And they didn't enjoy it, and the enjoyment level, and it affected, I can't remember all the various things it affected, but physically affected them. And then they took, so it's like, okay, well, let's go the other way. And so the same thing, they gave the Swedish women the Asian diet, and it had the same thing. And then like, okay, so let's now take this same group of women, and they gave them the Filipino or the Asian women the Asian food, but instead of being able to eat it, they just put it all in a blender. It's the same exact food, same exact nutrients, same exact calorie count, and the same thing with the Swedish women, did the same thing, and their bodies handled it completely differently. And they did too. So we're not meant to, unless there's some medical reason, or unless we're a baby, that we're not meant to be eating food like that. I mean, you ask, what do they say with chefs? Like, you eat first with your eyes, and the appearance of things matters, and because it literally gets your salvation.
Salvation. The salvation is just horrible.
Yes. Yes, you're
Salivating.
and that impacts the digestion of the food.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's that level of the baby food diet too, aside from portion control.
Mhm.
So yeah.
The baby food diet.
Yeah. So going with the theme
The theme.
of, I've got a couple along this theme. So we'll next go to the Sleeping Beauty diet. Fanciful creatures. The Sleeping Beauty diet.
Mm-hmm.
This is one where it actually kind of ended up being a form of fasting, because you would sleep as much as possible, to the point of where you would sedate yourself so that you would sleep and not eat. Real or fake?
Well, you kind of gave it away when you're like, it's a form of fasting. I think it's real.
It is real. This one is from the 60s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
From the 60s?
From the 60s. They would sedate themselves either like with over-the-counter sedation or even with sedation from the doctor, like for days.
Oh my gosh.
So they wouldn't eat.
Wow.
Yeah.
For days in the 60s?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People are crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the stone diet.
The stone diet.
And what you do is you take rocks and you boil them into a sort of a soup. And the minerals from the rocks, like that, and then at the end you like
fuses the water with the
you take a cheesecloth and like do out all the sediment, and then you drink the stone soup.
I don't know. This is bad. I'm going to say it's fake.
It is fake. It's fake. Yeah. Yeah. But there have been plenty of soup diets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as fake as far as I know. To be perfectly honest, I didn't look it up. So maybe.
Well, I can actually very easily see somebody promoting something like that. That could easily be real.
Yeah.
The only thing that leaned me toward is that stone soup is actually like a thing that people talk of. It's like,
it is.
So
it is a real thing.
No, it's gosh, where do I know that phrase from? I don't know, but I've heard that phrase, and I want to say it's more like in stories or whatever.
Yeah,
like I feel like a literary thing, and that you're a story person.
I feel like it's a fairy tale.
Yeah, something
like the Wicked Witch of the Wicked Witchedness served stone soup to the children she captured. Something like that.
There you go. Okay, so staying with my fanciful creatures theme, this is the zombie diet, which is kind of a spin-off of raw foods, in that instead of just eating raw food, you eat food that is just like a little beyond ripe, kind of like kombucha is. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's the fermentation that makes the difference. This is like goes along those lines of thinking, but you wait until you're not eating rotten food, which is why it's called the zombie diet. But it's like heading that direction, like riper than usual, kind of a spin-off of the raw foods and the kombucha and that kind of thing.
Like a tomato I just ate.
It was partly a zombie tomato.
Yeah, it was a part zombie tomato. Yeah.
There's no brains involved in this diet.
I'm gonna say that feels real, but I'm gonna say it's fake.
Why are you saying it's fake? Do you think it feels real?
I'm saying it's fake because like eating food like that could make you very, very ill. Which would make you lose weight, but also
you're not going to eat a lot of things.
That's true.
That is a fake one.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is the cotton ball diet. what you do is you eat cotton balls, but you soak them either like in water to like break them down or in orange juice to give you some amount of things. And that is what you do, is you eat cotton balls and it will fill you up. And then
I know that one's real.
you have it too.
Yes, I have it too.
I know. I was thinking that some of it.
That like that werewolf diet 2013, the cotton ball diet, that was in 2010s. We're not talking like way back when.
Who eats this sounds like a TikTok challenge or something.
Tide.
Yes,
Tide Pods.
Yes, Tide Pods and cotton balls.
Yeah.
No, this seemed like it was something again from the 1800s. When we go and the doctor would.
No, just shows you we don't learn. Okay, we're going with kind of that in that same vein. My next one is the air diet, where they call it the air diet. You're not eating air, but you're putting food in your mouth, but you don't actually eat it.
Oh,
and it is a form of
it's a bulimic thing.
Well, and I learned in researching for this that there's actually like people, they're called breatharians. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't heard. I mean, I've heard of the practice of this. Yeah.
Breatharians don't even put food in their mouth. They believe that you can just survive on air and sunshine.
Yeah, except for they won't survive very long. I don't know how long this diet lasts because it's like you're dead.
As I'm reading about this,
that's called anorexia.
It's like, and here are some of the I don't remember how they had it labeled. Basically, the risks of this, and it's like, I'm like, okay, where is not the risk of this? But it's like resulting even in death. Like, you think?
Mm-hmm.
You think?
Yeah.
So
there's a thing where people chew food and then spit it out.
Yeah. Eating disorder.
That's an eating disorder for sure.
Yeah. So that was also in the 2010s.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
yeah. So this people probably, who even knows, but there was a diet where you eat fruit until noon and then you could eat whenever you wanted.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of that?
I can't remember it.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember the name of it.
Remember
because my aunt was on it, and so I was like, "Oh, we're gonna eat fruit." And like again, I grew up around here, so I grew up with a ton of fruit. So me eating fruit, well, first of all, it was not any calorie restriction for me to eat fruit until noon, because I'm gonna eat all the fruit around here and stuff. And I was in high school, which I did not need to be losing any weight.
Yeah.
I had alternate means for losing weight in high school. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Oh, here's one for you. This is the name of it is, like, to me, the ultimate dream diet. It's called the cookie diet.
The cookie diet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Where you eat, it's not just any cookies, they're meal replacement cookies. And so you eat cookies for your meals.
Mm-hmm. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the diet. I think it's fake.
It is real.
Is it real?
It real.
Did sound like something you might make up.
If I were to make up a diet, it might be a cookie diet. But no, real. And that was in the 2000s as well.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is the porn diet. So they used to say how things would make you blind. Tried it. So also, instead of curbing your appetite with like eating food, you go watch porn and have fun. And that is the diet. And that helps you lose weight.
I really
burns calories. and it takes you away from food.
I really want to say that's fake, and I'm so afraid it's not. What?
It's not fake. No, it is not fake. It's real. It's not from the 2000s. It is from like the 30s, but not the 30s, but sorry about
We do not condone any of these.
Yeah, no, of course not. No. Yeah, I just was shocked when I saw that. I was like, are you kidding me? Huh?
Oh, gosh.
People. All right. Carry on.
Okay. So switching themes here. This one is
I almost didn't do that diet, but I knew it would surprise.
yeah,
Surprise.
never heard of that.
No.
Okay, so I'm switching themes here now, and we're going with the squirrel diet. This squirrel diet, as you can imagine, the main source of protein is going to be nuts and seeds and things like that. So it's very plant-based, obviously, but it also has an emphasis on meal prep, hence squirrel, and also very strong emphasis on exercise. Obviously, squirrels run around a lot.
I don't believe that one's real.
It's not.
Because I think I would have found it in my research. I hate squirrels, by the way. I absolutely hate squirrels.
They're so cute.
No, squirrels have almost attacked me.
They're so cute.
When I was in,
I didn't say they're nice, I just said they're cute.
No, they freak me out.
That's like my daughter says, oh, they're cute bats. Nope. No. Bats? No. Bats.
I have to think about bats. Bats saved me once. Bats saved me from a date. Like this, it shouldn't have been ever. This is a long story. I'm not even going to go into the long storiness of it. But suffice to say, I ended up on a date where we were supposed to be in the restaurant. We ended up by a lake having a picnic. And he was being super creepy. And I didn't know him very well. It was a big long story. But these bats came flying over us, and fruit bats from like there was like something there that they were under. And he was like, oh, look, the birds even love us. And I said, no, those are bats. And he like got up and squealed and ran to the car, and that ended the date, and it saved me. I was so So I kind of have like a little affinity for bats, whereas squirrels attacked me practically.
Okay. Well, my daughter will tell you, depending on who tells the story, me or her, how basically I just threw her at bats to save myself.
Oh,
that's how she'll tell it.
Wow. So the bats did the opposite for you guys.
Yeah.
The bats, I guess, saved you.
I am not, no, I'm just not a bat person. It's like, I can pick snakes. There's like very few things that just creep me out. Bats,
snakes
creep me out. And so we're coming home one evening, roll up the garage door, start walking through the garage, and a bat swoops down. And so I'm booking it for the door.
Yeah.
And she's right in front of the bat so she can get to the door before me. It's like, I'm not going to deny that I probably pushed her out of the way.
Luckily, she is safe.
So, yes, and she's
unharmed,
getting a lot of mileage out of that story, so it was all good. But no, not a fan of bats. Not a fan of bats. Squirrels are cute, not bats. Anyway,
all right,
your turn.
So this is straight up for us. The Fruitlands diet, where you begin with a cold shower, and then you have a fruit plate, and then you have a glass of water, and it was intended to purge humans of their animalistic instincts.
Again, I want to say false, but I think it's probably true. Is it real?
It is real.
When was that?
It was in the 1800s.
Okay.
It was like in the yeah.
Oh gosh. So if you want to get rid of your animalistic instincts, eat fruit.
Eat fruit.
Although this is not a diet thing, but I have to ask you, have you heard, like, I guess this is the thing. A friend of mine was saying that a friend of hers had said something about the wonders of eating an orange in the shower. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay. It wasn't just me. It was like, yeah, eating an orange in the shower apparently is like a thing that people do.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be awesome.
But for diets or
no, it's not a diet thing. It's not a diet thing. It's just a like sensory pleasure kind of thing, because then you get the fruit, the smell of the orange in the shower.
This is what happens when you live in the city and you are so far removed from your fruits and vegetables that you don't even know what the real smell is until you have to heat it up in the shower.
And eating a cold orange, the cold in your mouth, and oranges taste good.
And it's
for eating the cold, you've got the heat of the shower on your skin and the cold in your mouth.
I mean,
and the smell of the orange. It's like,
Far be
Okay.
it for me to like stop people from having great sensory experiences, but
You just haven't heard of that
again,
either.
no,
I hadn't heard of it either, but
no, like
if you
like,
have
think of
and
our
you've tried
mandarin
it, let us
oranges.
know.
Yeah, our mandarin oranges. You think about, we
Mhm.
don't need to like go into the shower for them to be
Awesome and amazing
Yes.
and
yes. All
overload,
right.
beautiful overload. Okay, so here is another with my animal theme that we're on now. This one is the bear diet.
The bear diet.
Bear diet.
Okay.
So
Bear, B-E-A-R.
B-E-A-R.
Okay.
Yes.
Rah.
The bear.
Thank you for that. Thank you for explaining further what bears are. I appreciate it. Now I know. Now I know what you meant. Like I didn't know when you made that crazy sound, but now I know.
So in this one, you focus mainly on fruits and greens and things like that you would forage. You don't hibernate all winter. And a protein like salmon.
Oh, okay.
But you hibernate for usually 23 hours of the day, and you eat 1,200 calories, and you eat them all in 1 hour of the day, and the rest of the day you can only have like tea or water.
Like I don't know about it being called the bear diet, but it does sound like one of those intermittent fasting things, like an extreme version of it. I kind of think that might be real.
It is real and it's current.
Oh wow!
I heard about this. Yeah, this came across my Instagram feed like
it's a real thing.
Ago.
Like, hey, do this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It's like they knew. They knew, like crazy diet. Like,
coming up. Actually, it's one of the things my daughter actually suggested this idea, and I thought it sounded fun. And then when I saw that, I'm like, we gotta do this episode.
Yeah, that's super funny.
Eat like a bear.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. No, we are not bears, in case you didn't know. We are human beings and need to eat like human beings.
Oh no, I really do like bears.
As opposed to me too, but I'm not going to eat like one. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, that sounds difficult. For 23 hours to fast and then you eat once.
Yeah.
And 1,200 calories is a significant amount to eat. Well, it's not if you're eating like cookies, but if you're eating,
lettuce, and grapes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Of calories to eat.
Yeah. And it's you can't stretch your time out. It doesn't have to just be an hour. You can stretch. There is some flexibility with that, but most people choose an hour. But no.
The charcoal cleanse. You drink juice containing charcoal and you add that to your regular diet. Your body can't absorb charcoal, so it passes through your digestive system untouched, but it clings to the toxins in the body and removes impurities. I'm going to
say that's real.
Yeah, that's real. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
It removes supposedly impurities and improves the skin and boosts digestion. Digestion.
There you go.
Yeah. Crazy.
Okay. And now my last one that I have on my animal theme, well, sort of animal theme, that's a living creature, is the spider diet. Popular in the 2000s, where you eat what you can catch. So you eat things like fruit that you can get off the tree, or things.
Oh, like you literally, you literally don't have to catch it, but if you theoretically can catch it.
Well,
or no, literally you have to catch
like
it.
Gardening and picking your garden or things if you pick off a tree, or you're allowed to hunt if you're a hunter. So like if you want meat, you can go hunt for meat.
Why is it called a spider diet?
Because it's what you can catch. And spiders only eat what they can catch in their web. So it's like what's in your vicinity, what you can catch.
This feels very creative, like you maybe made it up creatively. I think it's real, probably.
It's not as fake. That title is compliments of my daughter.
There you go. That was a trigger one. That was trigger.
Okay.
All right.
What else you got?
It's the glasses diet. So you eat everything wearing blue tinted glasses. Because blue as a color hue is not as appealing for foods as like yellows or reds. That's why they have like yellows in kitchens and things.
I'm gonna say it's fake just because I really want it to be fake.
It's real. It's real. Yeah, it's based on the idea that red, yellow food colors are the most palatable, like meat, French fries, ripe produce. And so it is designed to make your food look less appetizing. In theory, this will make you eat less.
But also, the less appetizing is going to make your food not as enjoyable. And we've already talked about the importance of taking pleasure with your food.
Well, yeah, of course.
And what that actually does to help your body to digest it and use it well.
Plus, you're going to be seen eating like breakfast, lunch, and dinner wearing your like blue shades.
Yeah. Well, you know, people look at life through rose-colored glasses, look at food through blue glasses.
Oh, that would be sad.
This is the sapphire diet.
Mm-hmm. That's what I should have called it.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me.
Okay. That's all I wrote down. I did look at
all right. I have one more.
Okay. One more, then we'll just go pop through a couple of ones that have been popular.
Clip your nose while you eat diet. So you cover your nose so you can't smell while you eat, and it blunts your sense of taste.
That I'm 100% sure, yes, that's something people have done.
Yes, that is real. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is real.
Again.
But it's not feasible for the long run. That's what a doctor says. And we didn't talk about the tapeworm. We didn't talk about some like really outlandish bloodletting. Bloodletting was a thing that I found.
For weight loss?
Yes.
Ooh,
and also that was also like in the 2000s. Yeah.
What?
Yes. I mean, they said they'd been around for like 3,000 years where you do bloodletting, but you burn calories when you give blood, I guess. And so,
okay, if you're going to try that, go to a blood bank and donate the blood.
Yes.
And do it on their schedule.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm just saying there's some crazy things out there.
Yeah.
All right.
And over the years, these are all reals.
Okay.
In the 60s, the most popular fat diet was the grapefruit diet.
Yeah.
Which
my mom had that.
Like whatever morning. You're eating, not just morning, you're supposed to eat whatever you're eating, you eat with grapefruit. Grapefruit every meal is supposed to help with your digestion.
Yes. My mom was
70s
on that.
was Scarsdale, which was the low carb, high protein.
Yeah.
Very strict calorie count.
That was my aunt
and
was on that.
Very particular food combinations.
Yes.
80s cabbage soup diet.
Oh yeah. I was on the cabbage soup diet.
Same
in the 90s
grapefruit, but it's cabbage soup instead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like the stone diet.
Yeah.
I was like, my stone soup diet. That's what I was basing it on.
And then 90s Atkins was most popular fat diet, low calorie, high fat.
Remember that I told you about the guy that made me like went on Atkins, and then he made me like breakfast with these giant like eggs and bacon, but then he added pancakes on for me. Yeah. So that I would gain weight and he would lose weight.
Yeah. And then
God, man.
In the 2000s, South Beach was the thing.
Oh yeah.
That's where counting macros became all the thing to do. And then paleo's a big paleo thing in the 2000s
and keto
2010s. Keto's a little bit later than paleo, but
What's the difference between keto and paleo? Do you know?
I have not looked closely enough into
Never mind.
them.
No one needs to know.
I mean, well, keto is called keto because it supposedly the way that you're eating is creating what's called ketosis, which is where you're burning fat. But that's what
the same thing as Atkins was.
The eat like a bear thing is like, oh, because your body's living off the fat it has stored like a bear does when it hibernates. And
like we're bears.
It's like, it's like it's known for very rapid weight loss. Your body can only lose fat at a certain rate. If it loses more, if you lose weight too quickly, you are burning muscle. You're not burning just fat.
Yeah.
So the gist of all of this, like, people will do crazy things all in the name of weight loss.
Yes.
Which are way more damaging to us than
eating cotton balls, not good for you.
Yeah, not
watching porn, not the best.
We don't fill up with cotton balls, not doing our body any good. But also too, so many of these things, it's like, that could make sense. Like when you were talking about your stone diet, it's like I could see people thinking that you could get to the point where it's not too far of a leap to think, well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense that you want all those extra minerals. But it's just anything. Just like, hey, does this let's take a step back. And how does this, look at it with a global picture?
Yeah.
And what are our bodies meant to do? There's what kinds of foods are naturally available. Those are kinds of things that our body is meant to take in.
Also,
Our brain
we're not
functions on
cavemen.
carbs, right?
Like
and our brain
I hate to be
functions
them.
on
Like,
carbs.
yeah, the paleo thing. Like, we're not cavemen. Like, maybe our bodies were cavemen once, but like that's not to say that's how you should eat.
Yeah. And it's so just finding a way to eat that makes your body feel good.
Yes. That's satisfying.
Yeah. So there have been a lot of crazy diets. There will continue to be more. Continue to be more. So just be careful. Yep. There's a lot of things that people will do in the name of weight loss, and there are so many more things that are so much more damaging to us than quote unquote extra weight.
Yes.
So,
all right.
There we go.
Yep. Thanks for having fun with us, guys.
Yes.
Hopefully.
And remember to nourish your body and your soul.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week. Okay, so this is embarrassing because I've always made fun of people who did this, but
like and subscribe.
Turns out it's important.
Well, it's important because if you like what you're listening to and seeing and you want to find it again, it makes it easier for you to find it, and then also it makes it easier for other people to find it. So if you like us, like us,
yeah, like put a ring on it, like us,
then like and subscribe, and it'll make us easier to find. Hey, it's Tracy. If this was helpful and you'd like more, follow me on Instagram at tlastel.nourishingbodyansoul, or on Facebook or YouTube at Nourishing Body and Soul, or you can find my website at nourishingbodysoul.com. Thanks for tuning in to Nourishing Body and Soul, the podcast. Before we wrap up, we just want to remind you that the information we share in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended for medical advice. While we hope you find our discussions helpful, we strongly recommend that you seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet, exercise routine, or any other aspect of your health. We also want to make it clear that the host, guests, and producers of this podcast are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences that may result from the use of any information or suggestion discussed in this podcast. We care about your well-being, but we can't take responsibility for individual outcomes. By listening to this podcast, you agree to indemnify and hold harmless the host, guests, and producers of this podcast from and against any and all claims, damages, liabilities, costs, and expenses arising from your use of the information provided in this podcast. We're so grateful for your support, and we hope you keep listening and learning with us. Thanks.